Let me see if this is going to make a video. I'm actually testing my camera, but I do have a word for you. My name is Tyrella Fahmy, and I am your guidance guru, here to share a word of inspiration that has come to me from my own life. But you know what? I thought someone else can use this. Here lately, I've been in a position where I can see things as if I'm on the outside looking in. Oftentimes, I see things from the inside and the inside only, and I get down and dirty. And, it's almost as if I'm trying to win maybe the Academy Award for Best Actress because I get so lost in the drama. But such is life as a human. And after a while, you just start laughing at stuff. Um, but as I desire to put myself in a position where I just really don't have to, I don't feel the need to have to be bothered by human dramas and different personalities that tend to irritate me. Yeah, I just don't want to be all caught up in all of that because I have too much else to do personally. That's what I'm thinking to myself. And so yesterday, as I pondered a person in particular who just gives me opportunity after opportunity to explore how to remain loving and compassionate and objective no matter what is presented. I was pondering this person and I said to myself, you know what? I know all is one. That is what I believe, that there's the one divine consciousness and that everything is connected to that consciousness, including me. And so is this other person. And if that person and I are one, because we're all connected to the one divine presence known as God to a lot of people, then for me to dislike that person is pure insanity because I am, in fact, disliking myself. You always hear you got to love the God in the person. You got to see beyond that person and you got to love, that soul, that spirit. You got to love the God within them. It's easier said than done. Now, I think once you got it, you got it. But getting there, it's easier said than done. And right when you think you have it, you realize, oh, I really don't have it. It's easy to love people that make us feel good and happy. It is more of a challenge to love people who we see as something is wrong with you. I mean, I'm just being real. And so I just thought to myself, I don't like harboring negative feelings towards people. It's a waste of my energy. I don't like it. But by the same token, there are times when I see people who do things and I think, you know what? I'm not vibing that at all. However, I don't feel the need to change people. Now, if you ask me what I think, those of you who know me know I will tell you exactly what I see and what I sense and what I feel and what I think if you ask me. But if I don't feel the need to change people, I adjust myself when I'm presented with someone or a situation that I just don't prefer to be a part of. However, there are times when we will be around people who you just can't avoid seeing this person. You're going to have to interact with this person on a regular basis. This person will be in your sphere for whatever reason. It could be a coworker, it could be some organization that you're a part of, and you regularly have to see this person. And so I am learning as I pondered this person yesterday that I can honestly accept me and that person are one. I can drop and squash anything, no matter how many times the behavior that irritates me presents itself. I really can be in that place of understanding that all is one because I can love the soul, but I don't have to have anything to do with the ego. You see, I tell people regularly, I have learned that we can have healthy ego development, or we can have an ego development that's based on untruths, lies, and creates an imbalance. That ego has an imbalance. Many of us don't understand the levels of our identity. And so we have this physical part of ourselves, this persona that we had to take on in order to have a physical experience. We see this as our complete self. That is not true. This is a construct. Your ego is just like building a house. You are born with a particular temperament. You were born with some gifts. You were born with certain tools and qualities and characteristics to assist you on your journey. Whatever your lesson is, whatever your path is, we were born with this. And so when we come here, how all of our way of understanding the world and our personality, how it develops, largely has to do with the environment that we're in, the family that we're born into, what we take in and what we hold on to and construct. And most of us have no idea how unconscious we live according to our ego constructs. And so oftentimes what we're dealing with is not the greater part of that person. That person may not be operating from their more expanded selves, which is not physical. It is energy. It is consciousness. It is a spirit or a soul, whatever the word is you want to use. That's really the truth of who we are. The ego is just a construct. I mean, you could tear the ego down just like that today and become somebody totally different and new. We see it all the time. Sometimes moment by moment. God. But the ego is just that, it's just that fleeting. And so when I find myself dealing with the ego, and it's an ego that I perceive one that has been constructed in a way that, that construction is not what I prefer. I don't have to have anything to do with that. I don't have to dislike the person. See, I can love anybody, and I can have compassion, or I can have positive feelings towards anybody. I don't have to deal with anyone's ego that I don't want to deal with. I don't even have to like your ego. I'm just being real. I don't have to like your ego. But more than likely, I won't complain about your ego, because I realize at some point you might tear that construction down and become something else that I don't like or do like. You may tear it down and begin to operate from the place where you don't mostly identify with your body. You identify most, with your expanded self. And the same applies for me. I remember when I was total ego, I had no idea that there was more to who and what I was. And the majority of the world dealt with my ego, my superstar, made up self. And my God, I was good. Had everybody fooled into thinking I was something that I really am not, but I am. The more I am who I am, the more I am expressing what I was trying to express, but from a very limited place. And so I don't even like my own ego at times. I don't discriminate in who I can love and whose ego I will and will not deal with, because I apply that to me. So I just want to let you know, you can love everybody. All is one. We're all connected to each other. To dislike somebody, to do something hurtful to someone, to harbor negative feelings to someone, you're doing it to yourself. Stop that. You operate more expanded and from your place of love. And when you do that, you can see beyond the ego and you can feel that connection to that other being. But you don't have to deal with their ego. You have the right to decide whose ego you're going to put up with and whose ego you're not. And the more you detach, I'm finding the more I detach and the more I don't feel like, well, this person is so negative and this person is this way and I don't like how they are and they just need to change it. The more I move away from that and step into, I just embrace the fullness and the greatness of who and what you are. Your ego, this is how I see the ego, is the more, no, this is what I was going to say, the more I can see the ego and I don't feel negativity about it, I can really speak to the ego. And I just will tell you what I see if I feel so led to do so. I'm not going to entertain anyone's ego. I don't feel the need. If I see that your ego, and if you see my ego, you please treat me this way. I love it. I don't, but I do because I don't like operating from my ego. So what I'm saying to you, I apply it to me, and I appreciate when people look at me like, "Oh, ego, you got ego going on, girl." I love it. So I'm not sitting up high looking down low. I'm just telling you, this is where we can draw the line. You and me, we can draw the line, and I can look at someone's ego and say, you know what? This is what I think about with your ego. I mean, this is what I'm saying. And maybe you should think about changing that. And then I can move on and I feel happy. But when I'm all grumpy about it, oh, I hate that. Don't you hate thinking about someone's ego and how much it pisses you off? I don't like that. That means I'm giving away me. See, that's a reflection on me. So I've kind of rambled this morning because this is my first time really sharing it. And I just feel like, oh, I just got to get it all out. But I'm telling you, you can see beyond someone's ego. And when you do, you'll know that person is me. It's a divine reflection of the one which I'm connected to, which that person and I are one. And I don't have to deal with the ego. I can love that person, but I don't have to deal with their ego. I hope this message helps someone today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll answer your question about this. Don't leave no crazy comments out there, okay? Don't deal with the crazies. It will get deleted if you post a nothing comment. I just wanted to say that. That was a little egoic on my part. Very serious. Serious inquiries only. I guess I could say it that way. If you have a question about what I'm talking about in this video, anything spiritual, please don't hesitate to just leave a comment in the video, or you can send me a message via my website, which you'll see listed at the bottom of this video. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a great day. And here's to loving everybody, baby. I love you because you and I are one. Peace.